The top 3 traits that a Medill student needs to succeed are curiosity, interactivity, and longevity. You need to wonder what's going on, and you need to help the reader understand or the viewer understand, and that starts with that curiosity, that starts with that foundational question of why. I've always tried to be curious. One time that directly led to a story, Ray Allen was reading a book in the locker room before a game when he was playing for the Celtics, and I thought, that's strange. You don't always see a guy reading a book before an NBA game, and he was reading Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and then I wondered how that applied to his team and his career. And so I said, hey, I'm gonna read it when you guys come back out here in February, whenever it is, let's have a discussion about that. We did, I read it, and I had some questions in mind that I developed that I wanted to ask him, and it turned into a really fun and really interesting article, and he was really good at explaining how that book applied to him and his team, and I try to extrapolate a little bit and how that book applied to the NBA at large. This is a people business. We're not making anything, we're not manufacturing anything, we're telling people stories, we're getting to know people. So you have to get out, you have to get to know people, you have to understand how people interact, and you have to interact and develop sources and also interact with your consumers too, the readers and the viewers, to understand what they like and what they respond to. I love to go to the games, not just for being at the games. And initially what I wanted to do was to be at the games. That's what drew me into this. I wanted to be where the action was. More and more as I got into my career, the games where the people are, and the games are where you can maybe talk to a scout. Probably most importantly, you can really get some quality time with the player. I had many of those walks with Kobe Bryant over the years, walking through the tunnels, walking through the hallways, and just really hearing his thoughts on what was going on. Longevity is almost more aspirational, right? But it's something to take into consideration that, am I here for the short term or for the long term? And what can I do that will ensure that I'll be around for a long time? And how will I not sacrifice longevity for the immediate rush, the immediate hit? Almost every day you think, I could tweet this out, or I could hold this information for something more substantial and really work and cultivate and develop the story.